Pittsburgh's Action News Forward this morning starts now.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. I'm Yasmin Rodriguez, meteorologist Jill Sweat here with the certified most accurate forecast. And Jill, those clouds can be a little deceiving today.
Right. It looks like it's going to rain at any minute. It's not. We were talking about a lot of great events going on across Western Pennsylvania. You're in the clear, but it certainly feels like August as we begin a brand new month. Today, tomorrow, different story. We are setting up for a bit of a rainy start to the day. Could see a little bit of a lull around midday and then a few more downpours and possibly some thunderstorms to cap off the impact day tomorrow. For the time being, though, we'll set our sights in the low to mid 80s yet again. We're starting to work our way through the 70s now. Skies are already mostly cloudy. And as we look towards this evening, can't rule out a stray shower, although most of that rain looks to hold off until much later tonight. Here's how things will play out for your impact day tomorrow. You can see some of the heavy rain rolling in first thing tomorrow morning. We catch a little bit of a break close to this time tomorrow. So talking about anywhere after about 10 o'clock in the morning through the early afternoon. Now, the only little question mark that we still have, will we see any sunshine tomorrow? That could fuel a few more stronger thunderstorms during the afternoon, but it's the heavy rain that is the main focus of our impact day tomorrow. Rainfall totals through Monday. That's when things finally taper off. Could get close to an inch in some spots. So with all that rain coming our way, especially one round right after another, we could see some issues with localized flooding. I'll show you which areas to pay especially close attention to with the rest of your 4-day plus 4 more forecast in a few minutes.
Jill, thank you. Well, we continue to follow breaking news. Gunfire erupting in Pittsburgh's Hill District neighborhood overnight, hitting several vehicles and apartments with people inside. Pittsburgh police responded just after 11 to ShotSpotter alerts reporting about 30 rounds fired on Webster Avenue. Officers say a man told them he found 4 people going through his car. When he confronted them, they ran away while firing shots. Investigators say at least 4 vehicles and several apartments were hit, but thankfully no one was hurt. Detectives recovered shell casings, but say no arrests have been made. And we're continuing to follow this police investigation that unfolded in McKeesport overnight. This is video from the scene that was on Jenny Lynn Street around 1:30 this morning. It's still unclear what exactly happened, but we did see responding officers from multiple local police departments, including McKeesport, White Oak, and Glassport. We have been reaching out to authorities to learn more.
We just loved her so much and wish it would have never happened to anybody.
A woman who was shot and killed in a deadly domestic incident earlier this week was remembered by those closest to her. 44-year-old Crystal Russ and her husband were found dead in a vehicle in Penn Hills after a suspected murder-suicide. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Jordan Sayopa tells us how friends and family honored the mother's life and legacy.
Smile could brighten the darkest room. Your heart welcomed everyone with no judgment, and your love was something people felt long before you ever spoke.
Her memories was left. Now that she's gone, it seemed to stop us in our tracks as we try to move on.
Crystal Russ's loved ones honored her life the best way they know, by being together.
She was always there. She was always a part of what we did. We always a part of the enjoyment, always at the picnics, never missed a cookout. She was always there.
That's what life was all about for the mom of 4. Her aunts and cousins say she wanted to be surrounded by family every day. They say losing her earlier this week has been a nightmare. Russ was killed on Tuesday in what police said was a deadly domestic incident. She and her husband, William Broaddus, were found dead with gunshot wounds inside a crashed car.
She was just a beautiful soul, and she loved her kids. And the best mom in the world.
She was a genuine soul. She was someone you could run to when things got hard or even when things wasn't hard.
The loss is being felt by people from all areas of Russ's life. Many of her former students and co-workers from her teaching days at Job Corps gathered for a balloon release at Point State Park. Dozens of people showed up to pay tribute.
Miss Crystal was loved by so many, and the way she was taken from us, she didn't deserve it.
Family members say Russ and her husband were separated and she had moved out.
He was that type of guy. If I can't have you, no one else can.
They hope her story will help people who are going through something similar.
People in a situation like domestic violence, this is your sign to show to get out. It's okay. There's resources out there for you to be able to get the help that you need to not be in a situation like that.
That was Jordan Sayopa reporting. The medical examiner is working to determine the official cause of Crystal's death. Now to a disturbing story in Beaver County. Police say a man from New Brighton had thousands of child sex abuse images and videos on his phone. Luke Pote is also accused of sexually assaulting a child who he met while working in a school.
Maybe the most disturbing part of it is that this individual worked with children. You know, he was, I believe, going to be a teacher or something that worked with adolescents. Previously worked with children at his prior employment at the YMCA. So this is, you know, somebody that one is in kind of a position of power over those individuals, and just per the allegations, preyed on them and. Sort of gains their trust and then does these terrible things to them.
Pote will face a judge next month. For now, he remains at the Beaver County Jail. Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday is announcing the results of a long-term effort called Operation Summer Street Sweeper. Dozens of drug dealers in western Pennsylvania have been charged, with 50 taken into custody in the last week. It was launched to take drug traffickers off the streets. Law enforcement identified suspects in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Johnstown, and Altoona. This most recent bust led to felony charges against 21 people in Cambria County and 44 in Blair County over the last 9 days. Sunday says they're starting to learn more about the increase in crimes being reported in Johnstown.
Perhaps most notable was the migration of some Philly area drug dealers to the Johnstown area. I will tell you that when big city drug dealers move, they often bring with them all of the things that they had before. And sometimes that includes violence, guns, drugs, and crime.
The large number of arrests this month were made possible with the help of state and local police, along with the FBI. Federal officials say this bust is part of a nationwide effort to crack down on drug crimes. Right now, police in North Huntington Township, Westmoreland County, are asking residents to be extra careful and lock their vehicles after thieves recently stole several vehicles overnight. The department says the stolen vehicles have since been recovered in the Pittsburgh area, and officers are working to track down the criminals and prevent any more thefts in the future. New this morning, a judge in Allegheny County denying District Attorney Stephen Zappala's request to set aside $1 million from the sale of Montview Heights. Our partners at the Trib report that Zappala wanted the money used for security cameras, sewer repairs, and the demolition of 4 buildings at the troubled West Mifflin apartment complex. The request came as a court-appointed receiver works to sell Montview Heights and 3 other properties for a combined $11 million. Attorneys for the bank argued diverting the money could jeopardize this sale and the complex's future as affordable housing. And one of Pittsburgh's downtown's most notable buildings is up for sale this morning. Our partners at the Trib confirmed that the K&L Gates Center is on the market. An employee of commercial real estate company Newmark just posted the listing. Despite being less than half full, it will remain occupied by K&L Gates law firm until at least 2039. In 2024, the building was foreclosed on when owners defaulted on a 10-year mortgage. We have reached out to the building owner and the realtor for more information. Cities and towns across the country are ready to celebrate National Night Out. Some hold block parties, others host festivals, all in the name of community and public safety. But one Pittsburgh neighborhood says they've run into an obstacle over road closure plans. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Kaylee Gunderson is in Homewood with the reason why.
The organizer of the National Night Out event in Homewood says he wants to see this stretch of Frankstown Avenue closed during the event to keep people heading to the event in Baxter Park safe. The city says it's too late to make that happen.
We've had the street closed every year we've done this. As you can see while we're standing here now, cars is flying past, and there's kids in the street every single day. There's kids that come past. Cars do not stop.
The mayor's office said its permitting process was open from late May to July 24th, and Gibson's permit application was received on July 27th.
My position of my application was in late, but their contact person was not available for none of us.
A spokesperson for the mayor's office told Pittsburgh's Action News 4, quote, Tuesday morning, the special events committee met and decided there was not enough time for PRT to reroute buses from Frankstown Avenue, especially because it's during rush hour on weekdays. But we offered to close down North Braddock Avenue next to the park, adding that the city has not denied the permit. We just asked to amend the road closure to one with no public transit lines. And for the first time ever, the event this year will be 2 days. So Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, Baxter Park will be filled with up to 500 people. Gibson says he's still hopeful that his permit request to close Frankstown Avenue will be granted. Kaylee Gunderson, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Well, Steelers training camp continues today, and on day 3, we got some clarification from head coach Mike McCarthy, who raised questions by saying there would be no live tackling in Latrobe. He admitted that maybe he did a bad job explaining and made it clear that his camp was still physical. One of McCarthy's star linebackers also making it clear where he wants to be. After an offseason of speculation about his future, Alex Highsmith says he wants to be a Steeler for life, which could happen if he follows up 2025 with another big effort in 2026.
That's my dream. I do want to be a Steeler for life. So for me, I just want to go out there and do whatever I can to help bring in another Super Bowl to this team, another Super Bowl to this city. So, but I do want to be a Steeler for life. And so for me, I'm just excited for this year and just to go out there and, like I said, our group. We're the best group in the league.
Camp continues today at 11:20 this morning in helmet and shorts, the last practice before the pads go on for the first time on Monday. It's also expected to be the largest crowd so far at St. Vincent College.